Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Louis Van Amstel Podcast with Louis. And in this podcast, I'm going to talk about LaBlast Fitness. How did it all come about? What is the company about? Well, we have to go back to 2006, season 2 of Dancing with the Stars. Lisa Rinna was my celebrity partner. And even though we started a little rocky, and that was only based on Lisa's nerves. Now, week 1, she was a hot, nervous wreck. Actually, same in week 2. And then in rehearsals of week 3, something happened, minor. But for me, it was a big aha moment. We had Jive, Jailhouse Rock, Elvis Presley, and it was about a double turn that I had choreographed. And Lisa shared with me, Louis, I can work all week on that double turn. I can probably do it. But if you wouldn't mind, and she was so gracious about it, she asked, if you can make me do one turn, I would be so less stressed and I can show a lot more of my personality. And that was an aha moment for me being a pro and Dancer with the Stars. It's not about how complicated you can make it or how much you push someone's skill because I know that she can do it. Yeah, but it's with what comes with it, the stress. And it really takes 40-50% off of the personality. So I changed it, and oh my goodness, I don't know if it was that one turn, but I truly believe the simpler you keep the choreography, the more you can focus on personality, execution value, the character of the dance, the partnering between, the energy between the two people. She did so amazing. Why am I sharing this? Because this is about LaBlast. Well, this was a little seed in the back of my head that I didn't know I was going to use later. So now, season 3 starts. I had Monique Coleman from High School Musical, the High School Musical series. We had a fantastic time. But in the meantime, Dance with the Stars was planning to go on stadium tours. And I was asked to choreograph and co-direct with Carrie and Anaba. We did the first tour together. And lo and behold, Lisa was going to be one of the celebrities on tour. And who else was on season 3? Yes, Ashley Del Grosso with, wait for it, Lisa's husband, Harry Hamlin. So they both did the tour and I choreographed them a waltz, a beautiful romantic waltz, and they did great. Look, Harry would say this, Lisa is such a better mover and dancer than Harry ever was, but the effort that Harry put in to want to do this dance on tour, oh my gosh, we had an amazing time. Then we did it again, summer tour. Now, after that summer tour, Lisa said, Louis, I blame you for now my addiction to ballroom dancing. I can't go back on the show. I milked it. I'm a hustler. You know this. I did the show season 2. I did the winter tour of Dancing with the Stars. I did the summer tour. I'm done. I can't do any more with the show, but I want to keep dancing. So you are going to create a class in Sherman Oaks. You just create a class and I will get the people in there. Okay, ma'am. So I believe it was 2008. I believe it was October 1st, 2008. And it was this, I believe the studio was called Dove. It was a crappy little tiny studio in Studio City, somewhere in the back. And Lisa brought a few people to kind of see, hey, how do they like the class before we would actually start an actual class for the public. Well, she did not tell me. Yes, I knew her best friend, Lindy Benson, who's Kenny G's wife, who I had met already prior. Dimitri Chaplin, who was my friend, came, and she brought 2 other friends and Cindy Crawford. Okay, now I was nervous. Cindy Crawford. I mean, what a businesswoman, what a beautiful woman, what a career. She's still building. So I did the class, and I will never ever forget Cindy's reaction. Louis, I'm not a dancer. It was lovely meeting you. I'm not a dancer, but you got something on your hands here that can be hugely successful. Okay, another seat in my head. Thank you, Cindy. If one is a great businesswoman, it's Cindy Crawford. So here it was. They loved it. So now we went and rented a studio in Sherman Oaks. It was called Anissa's School of Dance. And there we went. That was our first class. And we did have a full 25 people. Now, this is a very small studio. And that studio has been used many times, particularly in the early years of Dancing with the Stars. So here we are doing that class. And it was called Lisa and Louis Cardio Ballroom Class. Oh my gosh, that sounds so 70s. Anyway, that was the title, Lisa and Louis Cardio Dance Class. So here we do, and within weeks, people loved it, wall-to-wall people. We started adding a class and yet another class. After 6 months, I believe I was doing 6 classes, double classes. We started creating levels. Then the DVDs came out that Lisa did. I don't want to go into details about that. Financially, it was a great one. It was with Warner Home Videos. They wanted to get back into the game with DVDs, and they used our DVDs, even though I was not on camera. I don't have to go into the dirty details, in the emotional details, but it did put a dent in my friendship with Lisa. A year later, she apologized for whatever happened, doesn't matter, and we moved on. And we are good friends. So I love her dearly because she made me do that class. So in that time, I don't think Lisa realized that this was actually becoming a business. She had her own store. They were still on TV. Then the Housewives of Beverly Hills, she joined. So a lot of things going on. I bought her out. I continued. And this was now early 2009. So then we move on. I keep doing my classes, and I had bought Lisa out. So now it was Louis' cardio ballroom class. Later that year, 2009, I was back on the show after being off for 2 seasons. I did not make that choice. That was all the producers. I never left. I always wanted to do it. So anyway, 2009, fall of 2009, Kelly and I start. Look, I've talked about Kelly. We have a whole podcast about Kelly Osbourne. So you can watch that podcast. But in short, Kelly and I started. Probably everyone was expected for her to be the first one going home. Instead, she made the final. She lost 35 pounds. It affected her life in a way that nothing else in the past worked. Somehow dancing changed her life, or gave her the opportunity that she took and changed her life. But, and I said this in that podcast too, it changed my life. It gave me the confidence and self-worth that as a coach, as a teacher of people that have never danced before, and I teach them, and then that result happened. And so I was proud of me. I was proud of Kelly, but that was so amazing. So we finished November 2009. And I had done LaBlast now for almost 2 years. And year and a half, 2 years, very successful. The people in the class, they say, oh my gosh, it changed my life. It affected my life. I live a more fuller life. I'm in better shape than ever. Well, thank you, Louis' cardio ballroom class. Thank you, Lisa Rinna, for pushing me. So here we are. And now remember the 2 seeds. Cindy Crawford, saying, oh, you have something here that could be a fantastic business and very successful. And the other one was season 2, week 3 rehearsal, keep it simple. And that's kind of what I did with Kelly. I kept it simple enough so she can grasp it, but I also pushed her to the limits. Watch the YouTube videos, season 9, and you will see I did not go easy on Kelly, but she took it. But it was simple enough that she could grasp it. Now, this season gave me so much self-confidence that in early 2010, I decided I am going to turn this into a company. I need a name. I need to trademark it. I need to put this down on paper, get lawyers involved. And that is where the name LaBlast was born. But little fun story. Because of my own classes, Louis cardio dance classes in Sherman Oaks, I had a lot of women that became very close friends, and very successful women too. Women in marketing, women in Hollywood. Denise Richards became a good friend of mine because of LaBlast. I've had a lot of celebrities come to that class before they actually signed up to do the show. Marley Madeline became a close friend. We were all in season 6 when I had Priscilla Presley. Macy Grace tried out for didn't try out. She came to class in the back, I guess, to see if she wanted to do it in the early seasons, and boom, she did the show. Another one, Jennifer Grey, who I love and adore. What a quality woman. She came to LaBlast, and we even danced together after class to see if she could do the show because of her neck operation. And then she won season 10 with Derek. So lots of people have become friends. So I asked many of the friends and LaBlast followers, Louis Cardio Dance Blast followers at that time, hey, I need a name. What do you think? And everyone was saying how much LaBlast, then Louis Cardio Dance Blast, that it was such a blast. People had a great time, but they also blast calories. So at first I wanted to trademark just blast. It's too generic, so that was not approved. So how can I keep it as close to blast as possible? And people came forth with all kinds of pieces behind, or blast off, blasto, LaBlast, de blast, and then LaBlast. And when that word was spoken, bam, it hit me. But why did it hit me? Why was it? And then I think, oh, if you translate or go to French, Spanish, and Italian, la is female, le is male. Then I had another aha moment. Wait a minute. Dance fitness is predominantly female. I would say it's 90% women, 10% men. So, based on that, la in 3 languages is female. Fitness industry is predominantly female. Well, here you go. This is where LaBlast came from. LaBlast, one word, no dash in between, no space in between, just LaBlast. As close to just blast alone. Now, later when this was trademarked and it was available and we came out with now LaBlast fitness classes in Sherman Oaks, people thought LA Blast because I live in Los Angeles. Great, but no. Or maybe if LA Fitness wants LaBlast, if you want to call it LA Blast because of that, knock yourself out. If we can be in 300 locations in one go, that'd be great. Then the other one was, if you look at my initials, LVA, LA, Louis Amstel. Nope, not either. So now you know, LaBlast, because in 3 languages, La is female, and the fitness industry, particularly dance fitness, is not predominantly female. So there you go. Trademark the name, and then I wanted to make this an official company, and LaBlast Inc. was born. and we created, a friend of mine, Helma Zenner, helped me with the manual, and we did the very first LaBlast fitness certification in my home country in January of 2010 in Helma's dance studio in Holland. And I'm grateful for Helma to help me in the beginning, because she was a guru in the fitness industry but owned a ballroom dance studio, right? How appropriate that was. Well, we had a full group. I think we had 15 dance studios represented that first time, and they loved it. Why did I go to Holland? Because the Dutch are very opinionated and they don't hold back. And sometimes that's annoying as shit, pardon my language, and sometimes I am annoying like that to my friends here. I love to give it to you straight, and that's why I wanted to go to Holland. I wanted to know if they like it, then I know it will be a success. So, and that's when I went to 2 other studios in Denver that I still go to today, Colorado Dance Sport in Denver. I still go there today to teach ballroom dance classes. We've become very close friends. But in 2010, they were the very first studio to bring LaBlast into their ballroom dance studio. Then number 2, I went to Boston because the person there, the owner, was from my generation in England. He's British, and his girlfriend, Beth Canwell, was his girlfriend, gorgeous and very much into pro-am dancing and fitness. So she became not only the second studio, but she became also my first master trainer to help grow LaBlast. So in 2010, I did 1 certification in Holland. I did 2 in the United States. And that's really when LaBlast began. Then I partnered up, many people don't know, in 2010, 2011, I partnered up with Crunch Fitness. And we did DVDs together that I enjoyed doing. They were successful, went on Good Morning America, promoted the DVDs, and they also invested in the program to get a lot more people certified. And then in 2012, yeah, I'm a strange cookie. We did not really... I like to have a very successful corporation, business, but I don't like the corporate feel. I like the family feel. I like when people know each other's names. And it was just not for me. So we parted ways. And then fast forward a few years, and in 2016, I had investors for LaBlast, and that's when we changed companies. Boring, but it became LaBlast Holdings LLC, and that's really when the business started getting more master trainers, getting an office, getting employees, small group. So that became more serious, and the company had to deal with some adversity. And if you are a business owner or a startup, and please, I've learned so many very expensive lessons, but people are not always who they seem on paper or in a meeting. They sell themselves. Oh gosh, I've worked with some people that I would love to drag to court. And I would, they con artists, they took advantage. Anyway, we survived it. And then in 2019, we had all business plan, and we were starting to produce numbers. And we have a fantastic group of master trainers, a corporate team. So I thought, anyway, at that time, it was true. Now, we're going and going and going, and guess what happened in March 2019? Oh, sorry, 2020, not 2019. COVID hit. Just that we had started the year so well, so good, and then boom, all the fitness, the world pretty much closed down. So I am very proud of what happened that same week, the end of March 2020. We had a studio in the office, and we only used it for our monthly videos for our instructors. And we had just talked to within the team, hey, we need to do something here. We have the space and the world just shut down. We need to convert that space. So by the end of March, we used the studio 5 days a week, every day at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we started doing free LaBlast classes. And every Friday, we started dedicating that to Family Friday. And we would make sure that the music is kid appropriate. Of course, we used a lot of Disney. And even as grown-ups, we love doing it. And we started doing theme playlists for the music, 80s rock, then 90s, 70s, even 60s. Then we did divas, then devos, boy bands, girl bands. I mean, we started doing themes for months. And I am so proud that we did that, because the reactions we got, even now, still today, you helped me through COVID. You helped me through COVID. Thank you, but it was LaBlast Fitness that got you through COVID. And that was just such a great platform. And I am so proud of that company. I am proud of the formats that we have. I am so grateful that I've become a ballroom dancer. First, social dancing, then therapeutic, then competitive, becoming a world champion. Then in 2002, putting ballroom dancing on Broadway. Then joining Dancer with the Stars, ballroom dancing on TV. Then making ballroom dancing and dancing a sport for the Special Olympics. Boom, and now ballroom dancing as fitness. 14 years in as an official company, and I am just so proud of how we went through the pandemic. And 80% of the fitness small or medium-sized companies did not survive. So LaBlast Fitness was part of 20%, and here we are. Slowly but surely, we're growing. And I want to go back to and give now my ex-husband Josh a huge credit for revamping the marketing material and coming up with the color purple. And why did we choose the color purple? Is because it is, if you take red and blue and you combine those two together, you get purple. And purple to me is, look, the rainbow colors is for everyone. We all live under the rainbow colors, but somehow, particularly in the United States, purple means not this direction, not that direction, but we're going that direction. And we welcome anyone from every walk of life, any fitness ability, any body type. It doesn't matter, because dance is for everyone. And fitness should be for everyone in one class. So we are the color purple. But we now have 5 formats. And when we started the second format in 2014-15, we announced LaBlast Splash, which is our aqua program. Dancing in the pool, and no pun intended, we did not water down the program just because we go into the water. It is, of course, based on the AEA principles, the aqua principles, and I love those challenges to not water down the dances, but still have a very respectable program with dignity and regard for the aqua principles. I love being in the water and doing splash, even though 99% of our instructors are on deck when they teach LaBlast Splash. Then I just intuitively started doing, I love line dancing. We used to love to go to Oil Can Harry's in Sherman Oaks, which sadly is no longer there. But we went line dancing there with a lot of early LaBlast ladies, and Josh and I. Josh was from Texas. He loved line dancing. So we went. And that's when I thought, wait a minute, these are complicated dances. How can we make it simpler and make it more for the masses? So I started playing and just introduced it within our LaBlast master classes when I was traveling around the country. And they loved it. So format number 3, LaBlast line dancing. Again, all ballroom dancing. We do it as a 1-wall format, as a 2-wall format, as a 4-wall format, and we made it orange. So our line dance format is burnt orange. It just makes it very country, and LaBlast Splash became teal, turquoise. If you look at the Caribbean, the water in the Caribbean, turquoise waters, so LaBlast Splash is turquoise. Then a few years ago, chair fitness became popular, and that was really geared towards they say 50 plus, but let's face it, it's people that can't really work out standing, so it's more 75 plus. But I've always been about integration, not segregation, not old people, young people, fit people, not fit people. Sorry to say, but I'll say it out loud. Skinny people, fat people. No, all people. Let's make a class that's welcome for everyone. So I finally gave in to the chair format. But when I introduced it at LifeCon, our convention, the LaBlast annual convention, I did some things on that chair that no one expected. And please, get your mind out of the gutter. I'm still talking fitness, not doing anything other with that chair, but fitness. Doing ab exercises, or while dancing, actually doing triceps while pushing on the chair. We're doing some things on that chair, but I get it. Chair fitness in the fitness industry is for the 50 plus community. Well, it was a huge hit. And we made that color green. At one point, the more formats you have, at one point, what color do you make things, because you already have purple, turquoise, and orange. So now we made it green, emerald green. So that's a success. But then I was thinking, remember the pandemic? That Friday, the Friday class was family friendly. Kids were included. I had Daniel. We hadn't even adopted Johnny yet, but Daniel was in the classes. And then we had some teachers from LAUSD, the Los Angeles Unified School District, in the class. And they said, you need to bring this to LAUSD. Boom, 6 months later, we did. And we had 4 or 5 schools, and we had created a virtual program, and some of my master trainers were part of it. Appy Figueroa, Lexi Bulich, Jennifer Venezio, and Katie Tomba. So I had created it, and they came, flew to Utah, and we filmed all the videos, and that became a full-on accredited school program for the Los Angeles Unified District. It was short-lived because when things opened back up, they wanted in person. But it was the groundwork for format number 5, LaBlast Kids, which we just announced a few months ago, and again, a huge hit. So now we have a program, Chair, which is for the 50 plus, and we have a kids program, which could be K1 all the way through K12, kindergarten to 12th grade. And now we have 5 programs, and the kids program became red. Color of love, color of positive, blood color. We pump up that blood, it's positive. And so now we have purple, turquoise, orange, green, and red. 5 formats. And for now, that's it. We're focusing on those 5 formats, and that is LaBlast Fitness, LaBlast Splash, LaBlast Line Dancing, LaBlast Chair, and LaBlast Kids. And I have the best team in the world. Women, mothers, entrepreneurs, directors, and we have Javier. Can't forget about him. He's the other guy. So Javier and I are the only male master trainer or corporate team members, and they have, number 1, passion for what they do. Number 2, their intent is to help others. Many people in the fitness industry, they are about showing off their own physique, their own talent. My team, I could say my team, they're about others. And they thrive when others are successful. When others thrive, that's when they feel good about themselves. That has been the mission of LaBlast. That has been my personal mission. Community, family feel. We know each other's names. I'm on first name basis, texting basis with many of our instructors. They become friends. We're in this together. It's like paying it forward, which is a whole other podcast. What movies have inspired me? But for now, LaBlast Fitness is my baby. I have 3 kids. Daniel Van Amstel, Jonathan Van Amstel, aka Johnny, and LaBlast Fitness. And I am extremely excited to grow the business where we help other people. And here's the promise. Within the next couple of years, everyone will know about LaBlast. Why? Because dance is the best form of exercise, is the best form of therapy. It's the only place where you can feel safe enough that you can express yourself without people judging you, because dance is nonverbal. And on that note, thank you for listening, or thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day.